Jackson Radio Show.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Kevin Jackson here. You know what we need to do? It's always that time to reflect this time of year. And for the record, I hope you guys go into your New Year's resolutions and whatever else you've got going on. I hope you go into those things and you know, whatever your heart desires, I hope you really focus on it and make it happen this year for yourselves, because this is the time to do it. This is the time where money will be freed up, investment. You're going to have choices in your careers. You're going to indulge what you've been wanting to do and go fight the good fight. And by the way, do it with a smile on your face, because you are the reason that this country is back on track. Don't listen to polls. Don't listen to left naysayers, anti-Trumpers, whatever. They're all full of it. If they want to convince you that the best thing that happened to this country did not happen on 8 of 2016, November the 8th. I'll get it out one way or the other. Because I got to use numbers or whatever. But when Donald Trump got elected, Katie barred the door. Man, who let the dogs out? But let's look at Obama. Behold the pale horse, and the man who sat upon him was Barack Obama. After hiding his destruction of America's economy in trillions of dollars of quantitative easing, aka debt, Obama pretended to leave America in good hands. And I'm going to always come back to this clip of Barack Obama saying, what's he going to do? Wave a magic wand in terms of saving Carrier. And when he talked about these jobs are gone, in the same speech, he told us there are some jobs in America, they are not coming back. Now, earlier in the broadcast, I gave you some numbers. In the last year of Barack Obama's presidency, we lost 17,000 manufacturing jobs. In the first year of Donald Trump's presidency, we've gained 117,000 manufacturing jobs. Now that's an amazing number. I want you to think about that. The free market at work. 117,000. I meant 171,000 manufacturing jobs have come back to this country within 1 year. And Barack Obama, in an 8-year bragging of what he could do for this economy, after 8 years of that, in his final year, he lost 17,000 jobs. So you can imagine what the trajectory was. What jobs was he earning throughout that period? Was he gaining? Outside of the fact that people quit looking, Barack Obama couldn't find a manufacturing job if you took him to the plant and dropped him in a cauldron. He couldn't do it. If you took him in a plant and put him next to a PLC, a programmable logic controller that would run the facility, he couldn't do. He'd be like, where are we at here? What's this? We in a bakery? He wouldn't know what to do. God was uncomfortable because he's never had. Look, I've walked through a lot of factories in my life as a management consultant, a lot of them. And when I remember the first time I went, I worked in one as an engineer. And I remember the first time I went in, I was like, wow, this is really, this is how things work. You got all these conveyor belts and you got all this programmable stuff and you got all these machines and, and robots making, it was like, whoa. And it was eye opening. And then after doing it for years, I'd go into a plant and it was like, boom, I know exactly. Okay, you're going to situate your incoming here, your receiving here, your working process is going to be here. You're going to have little inventory, setups for this or that. I started looking at, how often are you having to change, your solder, add solder to the mix or do this or, surface mount material or blah, blah, blah. I mean, you get to where you have an eye and you can just look around that factory and go, okay, it's pretty good flow, but wouldn't this be better if you do this, that, or the other? You gain an eye for it. Barack Obama, the dude, if he walked through 20 plants the whole time he was president, I'd be shocked. He might have gone and done a photo op at Caterpillar, but really going and understanding what these guys are doing and why they placed the machinery there, who looked at the flow, he wouldn't have a clue. They show him statistical, processes and things like that because they have the charts. So put the charts up. How many times, days between accidents and things like that for OSHA. and incentive programs for those types of things. Barack Obama, he just, man, give me the photo op and get me to the golf course. Anyway, Obama hoped Trump would fail. Then he could gloat about how he left things. And so imagine you're planning on spiking the football on growing the debt by $10 trillion and overseeing the worst economy since the Depression. And the only thing you can do now is hope that Donald Trump fails. I mean, and think about his policies. This is a man who penalized people who couldn't afford health care. I want you to think about that. He put a penalty on you. You say, look, I can't afford this. I can't pay this much money to be on health care. There's not a plan I can afford. Well, then you're going to pay a penalty. Okay, so why don't you just rub a little salt in the wound? He crushed businesses with the very same piece of crap legislation. He stifled growth and prosperity in this economy, and he has the nerve to tell Donald Trump in America we should thank him. He gave America 51 genders. You tell me what they are, because I don't know. And then leftists who support this fool, they create laws to force you to call somebody by the right gender, or you could go to jail. Don't think I'm joking about this. In California, if you don't use the right gender pronoun for somebody, there's a statute now because of Governor Moonbeam Brown that'll put you in jail for nonsense like that. Or how about this? You don't want to bake a cake for a gay couple, so you're a homophobe and you should lose your business. That's what we are. That baker didn't tell those homosexuals, hey, you can't eat, I won't sell you anything. He just said, I'm not baking you a wedding cake. They'd said, we want a birthday cake. He'd have baked it. But do you think that they're asking that question? Of course not. Because they want his religious conviction to be turned over by the government. And what's that going to do? Do you think his religious conviction changes because you forced him to lose his business? The answer is no. What do you think? Go, oh, you're going to change and you lose your business. Okay, great. I still feel the same. So what? Now I don't have a business. I don't employ people. What good does that do the economy? You're not changing my mind on this. Unbelievable. If you call a snowflake a sofa and they want to be called a couch, you got to go to jail. Obama gave us terms like transracial, yet another letter to add to the oppressed LGBTQ. He gave us sanctuary cities, another BS term that doesn't even exist under our laws. And then Obama dumps terms like, from the lexicon, like radical Islam, because that doesn't exist, right? He gave us renewed Clintons, and in 2014, that mafia collected $177 million. They spent $86 million doing it, kept $86 million for their efforts, and donated $5 million. And Obama oversaw the most criminal government in the history of this country. And it would take a miracle to straighten out the nuclear bomb that this man and the leftists who supported him dropped on America. And you made it happen. Go Trump.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.